What's good, YouTube? We're gonna see, should y'all start on a Yamaha R6? Should y'all get one? Is this a good bike? We're about to see. We are about to see. What's good? So we got two R6s, the 2012 and then the newer one, the 2017, and we're gonna talk about whether you should get an R6. So we're at the spot and we're waiting on, I think, 2 more people, and once they get here we're gonna get to riding and stuff. But you guys want to know whether you should get an R6. 1 year review. This is a pretty good bike. I love it. I have no complaints. I wish I would never start on this bike, but this is my first time seeing a comparison. I need to get a freaking slip-on. It's my first time seeing a comparison though of the bikes, newer versus the older. His tires are a little skinnier than mine, but they're still about the same. They look pretty good next to each other, honestly. This is my real first time actually getting to see an R6, like the newer version, in person. It looks as good as it looks on Instagram. Get this, I'm gonna go, y'all want the quick answer. I know some of y'all want the quick answer. No, this shouldn't be your starter bike for sure. Hell no. It doesn't have no ABS, no traction control, none of that to help you when you're riding. The newer one does, but still, I don't believe that you should ride on that. I think it has modes as well, but I don't even think you should start on those. 2012 and lower, hell no, you should definitely not start on those because they have nothing again. But should you get this? Should you upgrade to it? Hell yeah, I do believe you should. And we're going, once we get on the road, I'm gonna tell you exactly why. But I think this is a pretty good 600cc bike. One of the best. Now, as far as like comfortability and like going fast and a whole bunch of other crazy stuff, I think this might be the one for you. Comfortable going on the track and stuff, yada yada yada. This is also a good bike.
Hey, there's cops behind us.
Oh, there's cops. But this bike is super good. I mean, it's well-rounded. The only bad thing I can say about the R6 is that it doesn't come with traction control, ABS, and all the other stuff that you would normally get out of a sports bike or whatever, like a Gixxer or 636. Only because this model is an older model. But besides that, though, I mean, it's pretty standard. Really good bike. I have no issues at it. I love, one thing I can say, I know a lot of people don't like about the R6 is the power band, but how it's like really, it's not like linear, like the 636 is really linear. It's not really linear. You don't really get the power band of an R6 until 8 to 10,000 RPMs, which is kind of crazy. So on the 636, the Gixxer, it's like a linear power band. It feels like a straighter pull. It feels good. But then on the R6, it feels like you're in it, and then boom, there's all the power at once, which kind of, I know a lot of people don't like. But it just depends on your preference. 2007, I believe they started this model, but this is the best model. They say this is the best model all the way up until like 2017. They say 2017 is the second best model. I think the only reason why people say that is because the emissions or whatever, but other than that, I mean, this bike treats me really well. I haven't had no issues out of this bike. I think another common issue like R6s have is like their misfire issue. Like low RPMs, it'll be misfiring, like just when you start it up, but then once you start going and it catches temp, it won't misfire. Like right now, it's doing just fine. But the power band, a lot of people just don't like them. I know that for sure, but as far as everything else, this is a raw 600cc bike. The 2012 R6 is literally a raw straight 600cc. Like I couldn't ask for a better street bike, like in my opinion. Like I don't think, if I had to start all over, I do love Gixxer. I like Gixxer, I like 636, or not Suzuki. I like Suzuki and Gixxer, same thing. But I like the Ninja, the 636. I love them. They're really good bikes. I like how linear they are. I like the Gixxer 600. They're great bikes. I like everything Yamaha. Let me see, another one, and Aprilia is a good bike, but I haven't rode those other ones. I rode Gixxer and the 66, and those do not compare to like the R6 to me. Like I don't know, the R6 is just such a great bike. I like the way it pulls. I like the way it pops up on wheelies. I like how it turns. I like how everything's just raw. Like, I love this bike. One bad thing I can say is that it is super high up. It sits high. It's a high bike. You have to get used to it, but it's not a horrible thing. It's just something you have to get used to. Once you get used to it, it's perfectly fine. Great bike. So, my honest opinion, I say get the R6. I don't know what model you'll have to choose, because the older models, they got different rev limiters. Mine goes to 16.5. The newer ones go to 16.5. The older ones go to 15.5, I believe. And then the older you get, the more it just doesn't go to 16.5. I think one of them ends up going to 15 straight and then 14. But my honest opinion, it can't really get really too much better than that. Like, I don't know. I like them. They look good. MT-07 looks super good too, and Supermotos. But I don't know. My opinion, there can't be a much better like raw 600cc bike than this one. So I say go for it. Get the Yamaha R6. If you have any questions in the comment section, let me know, and I'll answer. I'll definitely try my best to answer all the questions you guys have about the R6. But for this, we're gonna do a little quiet ride along and stuff. Other than that though, that's pretty much all I got for you guys.